Hello and welcome back to another episode of Pop Culture Reacts. And we're having a little bit of self indulgence as we're forsaking the lists and projects for a few episodes.
Yeah. It's a
As
little
we
bit of us time, isn't it? A little bit of us
it is
time.
as we both have lists of stuff that we both want each other to hear. So we thought let's jump into that for a little bit. And I am bringing the first piece, and it is Jimmy Cliff, The Harder They Come. Is this something you've heard of or know of?
Um, I know him from You Can Get It If You Really Want,
Yes.
but I've got a feeling when I listen to this, I will know it. But off the top of my head, just from the song title, I'm kind of going, oh, do I know this? And I'm trying to run the song title through my head of going, can I remember a chorus? But I don't know. But I do think I might have a flicker of recognition when it actually gets going.
So this is a song that I knew the covers, and it wasn't until one of those of going, lots of bands have done this song. Who did it
Where did it
originally?
start? Yeah, yeah.
Ah, and because it was very important in the two-tone and original ska movement of
Yeah.
the British punk scene in the 70s. As obviously this is originally Jimmy Cliff from Jamaica. So obviously that sound that then permeated across when Windrush and all that happened, and we had the immigration from the Caribbean into Britain and British sound music and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, going a bit old
You
school.
you know, you said cover as well. I seem to remember a cover of Wild World. Oh, sorry, Wild World. For those that are watching, Chris knows that I'm really struggling to be able to speak tonight. So apologies if words come out wrong. I don't know what. I don't remember hitting my head, but I guess that's the beauty of hitting your head. You don't remember it, do you?
He's a struggler today.
Oh God, yeah, yeah, yeah.
So shall we get our 70s joy on?
Let's do this. We're actually really looking forward to this. So, nice. I'm going to say it preemptively, but nice pick. And mine ain't as nice, so screw it. Right, let's do this.
Oh yeah, but oh yeah, alright. Well, they tell me of a pie up in the sky, waiting for me when I die. But between the day you're born and when you die, they never seem to hear even your cry. So as sure as the sun will shine, I'm gonna get my share now. What's mine? And then the harder they come, the harder they fall, one and all. Ooh, the harder they come, harder they fall, one and all. Well, the oppressors are trying to keep me down.
So, Mr. Seddon, did you know it?
Yes, yes. As soon as it got to the chorus, and wonderful voice, isn't he? Like let's
Yes.
not piss around. Let's not bury the lead. Got an amazing singing voice. I think I could probably listen to him sing anything for days without anything going on around it. Yeah, I, why did you pick it? And I'm asking that, but purely because that sounded a little bit Christian. But I'm quite interested to kind of know why this one sort of jumped up on your list because there are a few things that I kind of want to pick up from it, and I think it might possibly link into I don't know why you went for it.
So this one was I didn't know if you'd know it for one reason. Because as I said I love the covers, and that's where I came in on it. And it's one of those of if someone's only ever heard the Joe Jackson version or the Me First and the Gimme Gimme's punk version or even the Madness version, sort of going, no, look, this is the original. Um, as we've always sort of said on here, it's also a thing for exposing people to stuff they won't have heard. So in a way, we have people that come in for Ramstein, come in for all
Yeah.
the brutal heavy shit, and be like, have something different.
Beautiful, beautiful descriptor. The brutal heavy
And
shit.
it's just that sort of thing of like, also for those so that part of this, especially when we pick shit, it's stuff that says something about us.
Yeah.
And to take away some of the veneer, I'm not Captain New Metal and just listen to screamy, screamy, shouty, shouty all the time.
He is.
On Sundays, I listen to reggae.
I'll clarify. He's not always listening to shouty metal, but he will always be Captain New Metal in the hearts and minds of Fred Durst and all of his family. No, joking. Well, that's the thing because I know, obviously, like I know how you love so much. Like spoilers for anyone who doesn't know. Chris, this isn't Chris's first rodeo with music, is it? You had a
No.
podcast years ago, and part of that was kind of jumping to variants, and I think it is true, isn't it? Spot on. It's nice to scratch itches of other musical genres because one of the things we love what we do, but one of the things that we rely quite heavily on is the idea of people picking songs,
Yeah.
viewer picks, and quite often it keeps you in certain genres, doesn't it? If you've if
Yeah.
you've if you've listened to a new metal song, someone will tend to recommend you something new metal. So yeah, that branching out. I was kind of hoping that it was that, I guess, sort of genre variance because listening to something like this and how good it is, it reminds me how much I like reggae and ska, but how little I listen to it because I think there's for me anyway, there's a real purple patch. There's a point where it's brilliant, and I think unfortunately somewhere along the line it lost its luster for me, and I think probably because a lot of the artists lost their luster for me. I think that
Mm.
genuine um immigrant bringing the sound in, that kind of heart and soul that come with it,
Yeah.
felt like it kind of got lost. And one of the weird things I was going to say about this is I'm really glad that you bought the Jimmy Cliff one because do you know what, it feels like the sort of song that probably more likely now people would hear because it'd be co-opted into some bloody breakfast cereal advert, and it's nice to actually experience what it was, that the song in its entirety and what it was there for in the first place. But yeah, it makes me want to listen to more reggae and ska. So yeah, if you wouldn't mind,
Yes.
that'd be great. But also, what really stood out for me in this one is the what I thought was a kind of real mixture of there's a lot of Motown soul elements to this in and
Mm.
around. Sort of kind of interweaved in between the kind of reggae bits, isn't it? And
Yeah.
yeah, I thought it was absolutely fantastic.
Yeah. This 'cause obviously with reggae, especially sort of in this sort of period of the '70s, you had obviously this sort of stuff. You had a bit like the Bob Marley stuff, and then
Yeah,
you also had the dancehall sort of the more upbeat parts to it as well. And it was more the dancehall side that sort of obviously got a bit bigger and has then sort of influenced more modern
Yeah.
that we would hear. Whereas, I say this more m- sort of Motowny vibe reggae sort of hasn't gone on as much as the other
No.
did.
And maybe that's a shame for me because I think this is the side of it I really love. So, God, if we have to go back in time to visit it, then well, we'll go back in time. That's the beauty of music. It doesn't disappear, does it? It's there
Exactly.
forever.
But yeah, so as I said, it was just me showing a little bit of other stuff that I listened to.
One of the things that I'm really pleased that we did it for as well, and I did not know this, and I only did this because I had the lyrics up. He starred in a film called The Harder They Come, and that's what this is from. So, um, in the not too distant future, I'll be tracking down said film, and I'll be watching that.
Banging, banging soundtrack.
Yeah, I mean, it does sort of say, I don't know what this really says about the movie. It does say known more for its soundtrack. And I don't know if that's just because the soundtrack's so good or the movie's not very good. I don't know, but I'll definitely be hunting down the movie to watch it.
Yeah, I mean, the reason the soundtrack is known so well is because it is basically greatest hits of this sound.
Yeah,
There's like 4 or 5 Jimmy Cliff songs on there, and there's other artists that are of that same period and the same stylings, and yeah, it's
yeah.
just it is a perfect Sunday album.
Nice. Well, yeah, as I say, I'll be experiencing the movie and then the soundtrack in the not too distant future. As long as it's on one of them bloody streaming services. Come on, streaming
I don't think
services.
it is.
Ah,
I tried to hunt it down because randomly Mark Kermode was going on about the film. 'Cause it had a cinema reissue last year, I think it was, for
oh,
like the
cool.
40th or 50th anniversary of the film.
Yeah.
But it was like you can't find it streaming anywhere. So, but that might have changed now that it's had an anniversary or something. But
Well,
yeah, I tried to find it
Netflix,
around the time, and
Netflix, please sponsor us and put this on your service
yes, please.
in that order.
So, so any other sort of this generation reggae and ska stuff? Comments down there.
Or like, even if it's just this song triggered something in your head to kind of go, oh, if you like that, you might like this. Even if it's latterly, like if it's more modern or oh
Yeah,
god, anything, just anything that kind of made you go ooh off the back of this.
exactly. And as always, like, subscribe, ring the bell, all the YouTubey things. And until next time, goodbye.